Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I am back today on YouTube, and we're going to be doing a playthrough of Cities Skylines 2. Now, I have been absolutely loving this game. I'm not well versed in city builders and simulation games. However, this game I have multiple tens, probably up to 100 hours on this game so far, looking to play a lot more. Been consuming a lot of content about this game on YouTube as well, watching Biffa plays and namely City Planner plays, one of my favorites. And so I'm going to be following suit today, kind of starting a series where I'm going to be making a European, let's say borough, just a region. Going to try and make it as realistic as possible. However, please do bear in mind that unlike the other YouTubers I've listed, I am not a city planner or anything. I am just a gamer who loves doing this kind of game, and it's very interesting. So, first thing I want to mention is that this will be a modded playthrough. If I just go into the mods here, I will show you the mod list that we have today. A couple of them you will be very familiar to anyone who's played the game before, like Move It and Anarchy and Traffic. Some of these I've not actually used before, like Traffic. This is a new one I've added, but it looked really good. Anarchy and Move It, you'll see me using a lot as well. There are a couple of map mods in here, as well as some more high-tech ones, such as, where's the water one? There we go, water features as well, just so we can fully customize our areas to basically to our liking, really. Really want this to be a slow playthrough, and try and just put in as much effort and as much love into all of the little details as possible. So if you like that kind of playthrough, please do stay tuned. So we're going to start by playing Windy Meadows. This is one of the maps that I've custom maps that I've installed from the mod list there. Played on it a little bit before, and must say that I am absolutely in love with it. So we're going to go European here. Left-hand traffic as well. I like to keep natural disasters off, because I have enough. I have enough to juggle with the game already, let alone dealing with twisters and the likes. I'm European. We don't get much of that anyway. Or British, I should say. What else have we got here? I'm not going to click unlock all. I'm not going to click unlock money. Unlock map tiles. Now, this, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot here. I play with all map tiles unlocked, so I can draw my roads everywhere. However, I think you can do that with Anarchy, which I learned recently. So I'm going to tick this off in hopes that that's the case. If not, it might be a quick reload. And I'm also going to click continue tutorials. I've got a fair way through the game already, so they shouldn't be popping up too much. However, just in case I do get far enough, we can keep those on. And also here we're going for St.Edwards. One of my preferred names for any fantasy, modern kind of locations that I design or play in. And we're just going to jump straight into it. Okie dokie. So first things first, I've obviously played on this map before recently. However, let me give you guys the lay of the land. So, can I go into a traffic view? Okay, so the road layout for this map is kind of T-shaped with lots of country roads in between. So as you can see here, we've got like this main highway going across. Is that north? Is that east? Is that south? Is that west? I could not tell you. Also, the blurring with the clouds actually is quite annoying, and I don't know how to turn that off. So if you do, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, main highway going across all the way down here. And then there seems to be a secondary, smaller highway here. Is this 2-lane? No, this is 4-lane. Okay. Dual carriageway. And then is this also that? Or is this bigger? This is a 3-lane motorway as well. Cool. So we've got kind of two big parallel roads here, big nice open section in the center there that we could be looking to develop, as well as some smaller pockets here surrounded by highways, which could also do quite nicely. Okie dokie. We've also got some sections here. If we look at our natural... Okay, wow. Really loving custom maps. I did not realize that this was that fertile. But as you can see, the map maker here has made some lovely looking British fields, which I am very much a fan of. Very much reminds me of home, which is absolutely lovely, alongside some lakes, some little features. So without further ado, I'm going to go in and start having a look at where we can get started here. Why have I got minus... Oh. Ah. I think I know why that's happened. Bear with. Okie dokie, that's looking a little bit better. So I think the mod that allows you to unlock all map tiles overrides the create game settings. So we'd had them all unlocked, but because we'd unticked it, we were still getting charged essentially for the upkeep of all of those tiles combined, resulting in a huge crash there. But hey, let's get back into it. I think I'm not going to put too much thought in where I... Actually, I do want to put thought into where I start. I'm thinking I'm going to start up here, maybe. Just in this little nook off the highway here. We have access to some industrial. We have access to the river, and we also have access to power, which is the main things that we want to be thinking about. So I'm going to start off just making a nice little connection here. And there we go, St. Edwards first road. Exciting times, exciting times. And I think I'm going to use this kind of as a main thoroughfare. So I'm going to, in fact, yeah, let's keep that as maybe an arterial then. And then let's go on continuous tool. And we're going to leave that open to go in that direction, so it can offer other places to be built in the future. So as this is a small town, there are probably going to be buildings built on the main roads here. Don't know how realistic that is, but it kind of makes sense to me, and I have seen it in places that I've lived before at least. So that's what we're gonna do here. So in the spirit of making, I want to make this area kind of feel a bit Cotswoldy almost. So I'm going to keep within the tree lines, away from these kind of main roads, make lots of little cul-de-sacs. If I make this here, and then I can also make an interesting shape here. There we go. Perfect. So we've got an interesting shape here so far. I think that's always good. If I extend this down just a little bit here as well, and then we can also shoot off in this direction. I don't want to get caught up being too ham with the road layouts, as I can tend to do that sometimes. There we go. Okay, so I think this is a good starting point. Let's start mapping out some of our zoning. So I think if we're going to before we do anything, let's have a look at air direction. Okay, so instantly I was planning on having all of my residential up here. However, due to the wind direction, I think I'm going to put my industrial up here and have my residential over here maybe. So back to the roads, I suppose. Let's extend our arterial road out. And I think I'm just going to go absolutely bonkers here and just send that right over there. And then I'm going to mark out some joining points here. So let's go there. Let's go there. I think that's okay. And what we'll do is we'll try and stick to these. So on this main road here, there's only going to be few connections. So fingers crossed, going to be causing as few traffic problems as possible. Please do not hold me to that. Okay, I'm just going to do a time lapse here of finishing this off. I quite like this area of this little section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prepare this for maybe some services or something like that. So I like to go maybe 2 units in and just follow that like that, and then have it curve. Oh, not like that. That one's a bit crap. Let me just delete all of this and go straight from there to there, smoothen that out a bit, and then fill in the alleyway here, and that looks good. When I have the road editing tool, I'm going to take away most of these zebra crossings. But yeah, now we can put like a school here maybe, or city services, and we can build that up. I think now I'm just going to finish off doing this area and we'll get back to it. I think that's okay for now. We've left a lot of kind of bigger areas for centralized locations like parks and stuff like that. So I'm going to get started now zoning. The easiest parts for me to... No, I'm not. I'm going to put the electricity... Wow. So because this power cable is running through here, it looks like we're already connected to the main grid, however not to the high voltage grid. So let me bring this all the way through. I hope I'm not absolutely demolishing all these forests, but I totally am. And then I'm gonna put this over here, and then as part of my industrial district I'm going to put this here as well. Transformer. There we go. Okay, so one of our utilities sorted out. Next up on the agenda is the water situation. Now, I don't know. This is all very, very connected. So I don't know if I have industrial here, if I can have a groundwater pumping station even over here if it's all connected. So, the water direction is going... Oh, that's perfect, actually, which means... Okay, what I'm going to try and do... Maybe down here by this, I'm going to put one water pumping station. We don't need the extra bit just yet. Then I'm going to take an alleyway. Is this the alley? Yes, it is. And I'm just going to make a... just a little country road that goes through here, I think. How far do I want to go with this? I think if I connect it here so it's not too close to the other junction, I think that's fine. Okie dokie. And are there pipes on this type of road? There are, but not on the main road. So if I take that here, and I run that all the way up this road and just connect it like so. Is that connected? I think it is. So now we should have electricity and water to this whole location. So let's get started zoning the easy bits. These roundabouts, these cul-de-sacs here, ended up a lot closer to each other than I thought they would be. However, I don't think that's much of an issue. I don't think that's much of an issue at all. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to do this so we can choose which road it's going to be built off of. There we go. It makes them feel longer, as if there's I can't speak today. If the backs of people's houses from this main road are here, this is going to be not a great place to live, actually, because you're just going to have the gardens of the other families around you kind of right at your front door. Whereas if it's laid up like this, all of the gardens are on the outside and backed onto each other, which personally I think is a lot nicer. Oh, we forgot about sewage. Let's sort that out quickly. We just take the sewage outlet. So yeah, one of the reasons why I put this so far up here is that all of the clean water that's coming in, it's going to take, and then all the way down here. In fact, I might splash out a pretty penny to make this as far away as possible. Is that worth it though? Not quite sure if it is, actually. So I'm just going to do it down here, just so it's at least out of the way. Make sure that snaps to it, and then we can run this all the way up here. And there we go, that's connected. So if we hit play, your troubles should subside. There we go, absolutely lovely. I like playing on triple speed, by the way, as I think that's a lot nicer. We can kind of watch these come up. And while we watch those arrive, we can always fill in some more, well, not some more, but some commercial areas. So I think this one's quite a nice row here. Maybe this could be like yeah, I think if we focus on making this the public park, I'm just going to zone quite a lot of commercial kind of closer to this main road here to try and stop a lot of the sound bleed. Well, not stop it, but stop it from connecting to residential people. Lots and lots and lots of commercial going on here. And then while we're at it as well, boom, huge block of industrial. How much of a dent is that going to make? Oh, not as much as I hoped. I hate having big swaths of industrial districts, as I think they just look very ugly. I can never seem to make them interesting either. I think that's my issue. I think they can look cool on the hold that thought. Let's go to the progression panel and let's see what we unlocked. We unlocked loans. That's a bad. We don't want loans. City budget. I don't think I've ever used the city budget page. I have used the taxation page. So maybe today we'll have a look at the city budget page. City stats we like. Service budgets, yeah. Medium density. We unlocked some specialized industry here as well for vegetable and coal mining. And then just a buttload of roads. And healthcare and garbage management. So, I think, just to finish off my thought here, having an industrial district like this, kind of on the edge of the city, it looks cool from a distance, but when you actually look at it, it's just very, just non-interesting. So, I try and make smaller ones as we go out, maybe that'll help. Kind of make it look less like just a block of concrete. Just trying to make some interesting shaped zones here, so that, and we've not got any demand at the minute, so that's fine as well. For mid-density housing, I think we're going to surround this commercial district with it. So if we just do this, that's probably going to eat up all of the demand this early in the game, I imagine. Yep, there we go, all the way down. But hey, I think this is going to make a cool looking kind of central location for this little town. Okay, so I think we can just build loads of houses here, loads of houses here, kind of have a more private area back here. There we go. It's asking for more mid-density now, so let's keep building this out in patches. Nice. And let's start thinking about our medical. So this is... Oh wow, 20, that's going to be 50. So this is more than double the upkeep. More than double the capacity. Has 2 more ambulances. Pardon me. And the same amount of storage. So I'm thinking... I think the small medical... I think we should start small. Let's go for the small one, see how that goes. However, I am worried that with all of this medium residential that I do plan on having kind of in the middle section on this on what is this, Glade Street, it may not be enough. Would there be 2 medical clinics in a town like this? I'm not too sure. But either way, I think that's what I'm going to do. And in fact, rather than putting it near this section here, I'm actually going to push it back a little bit into the slightly lower residential area. Just so that it kind of increases the standard of living for these homes, which I imagine to be a bit more expensive. And we've got the first person here. Adam Paxton is sick. Bless him. Let's see if we can find... This is the ambulance coming now. Oh, they're going the long way round. There we go. And he's going to be looked after. That's great. What is this called? Just small medical clinic. I can rename this as well. I really want to be renaming kind of everything. The only thing that can't be named, I guess, is St. Edwards. And the main capital city of this area is going to be called St. Edwards as well. But if you have a nice little name for this town, or the fields, or the river, or even down to individual medical clinics and stuff like that, please do put them in the comments, and I will be following up with those in the next episode, as it would be cool to see your guys' input as well. And I think it's a lot more interesting, all the names that I could come up with by myself. I don't think I'm that creative with that kind of thing, so it would be very nice to see your guys' input here. What I'm going to try and test out here is what it would look like if I just put a little house in there. Just want to see what this would look like. And I paused there, by the way, just because I've noticed our money is in a dire situation, so I just want to address that quickly. Also, I hate some of these assets. Like, this is 3 petrol stations all in a row here, and they're ugly. What even is this? I have never seen a 1 pump petrol station, by the way. Is this real? Does this actually exist? Or is this just advertise your company here? Nice, that's pretty accurate actually. But yeah, let's see how this looks. I mean, it fills the gap and I don't hate it, so I might just plug some of these holes that we've got going on around here. Kind of do hate it a little bit, makes it look very messy, but I don't think it's that unrealistic either. What's here? Waiting for hearse. Okay, I think next on the agenda before we do anything else is we're now making money somehow, which is great. Let me look at my... Interesting. So where's our budget panel? Oh, this is the budget panel. Oh, so I can't edit the budget panel, I see. Okay, I understand. So I have used this panel loads. Should I be greedy? I'm just going to do that. Just get a little bit extra, a few extra pennies there. And I think for... Yeah, I think I'm going to put the cemetery straight on the side here. Have I lined that up correctly with that road? So it's going to There we go, perfect. Let's continue by blocking out that. And then, yeah, I think if I continue this, 3, 4, 5, 6, make a large section there. I think that's fine as well. And then I'm just going to continue by, I want all of these houses to be aligned this way. These kind of low density ones like this. Now, our money is dipping again. Service upkeeps. Oof. Oh wow, what is this? What have we unlocked now? Production. Medium density. Nice. Yeah. Like these would be like tower blocks and flats and stuff like that. And education. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's start thinking about some kind of medium density areas. I think maybe around here in this weird shaped place we could have some apartment buildings, some flats. So I think if we keep this center bit open as a park, oh, I don't like how that's not snapping to this road. Could I fix that? Maybe if I do the good old path trick. Hell yeah, that's what we like. And then if I just do, how tall is that going to be? That's perfect. Just a couple of these I think will be good. Now, I don't know how much, it doesn't look like this is actually tanking much of the demand, which is good. I'm going to then do a bloomin' huge one there, and then a small, wide one here, and then a small one here again. And I think it's starting to look a bit better. Nice. Our biggest building so far being 335 Glade Street. Absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? Are these too small? Am I going to have to completely change my mind here? Are these too small? I feel like if I'm making them this small, they at least need to be closer together. So, you know what? We're going to commit atrocities here, and I'm just gonna make them bigger just by one. There we go. And then for this side I'm gonna keep them smaller still. This one on the end can be small, that's fine. There we go. Ugh, that's annoying because we've consumed. Actually, you know what? They're popping back up quite quickly, so I'm not going to be too upset about that. We can maybe look to put like a really nice park here in the future when we unlock that. But first, let's look at our money situation. So I hate being in the red, so I'm going to start by putting some farms in place here. Now, I hate how dark it gets in the nighttime, so I might just let it run. I also don't think we can afford just letting it run, so I'm going to continue to do this. Maybe popping up some industry here will be a good idea. There we go. Oh, this is going to look so ugly on the outskirts here, so let me just do that. What did I just delete? Okay. And then let's just put a bit more thought and a bit more control into this as we get closer to this forest, I think. There we go. Hopefully that starts to do its job. Got a lot more low medium residential demand. Can I look? Is there a place that I can look to see why my demand is like that and what affects demand? Here we go. Are these my current, like, quote-unquote effectors of this demand, or are these generally the things that affect the demand? So they're unhappy because of taxes, so I could just bump down the taxes to make people move in quite quickly, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's a huge necessity right now. I'm not struggling by any means in that regard, so just do that. And then what I'm going to start to do is fill in these gaps that I've left to try and control where the buildings spawn, just to fill it out right to the road. And then, you know what, as no shops ended up being built here, I'm just going to take this as well. I can fill that one in if one's being built here, and then I'm going to go back to the low residential. That doing what I want it to do? Yes, it is. And that looks like quite a big hill there. I have not been even looking at topography so far, so I think I've actually been getting pretty lucky. It's not something I've had to consider all too much, which has been nice. I can enjoy doing the kind of landscaping parts, but it is nice to also not have to think about it. Just trying to make some interesting shapes here with my zoning, just so it's not all of the same repeatedly. There we go. Now this is going to be such a big town now with all of this residential popping up. These are all of the same. Wow. That's the sun. That's actually quite... if I had this park all done up, yeah, I can imagine this being a really nice place here. Really nice place here. Got some more demand for the industrial area, so I'm just going to completely block these two out. Hopefully just chunk that away, not have to think about it. You know what? This doesn't look as bad with these kinds of... I designed these roads as if it was a residential district anyway, so maybe it's the road layout that is just completely going to make the difference between a nice and a horrible looking industrial area. Who knows? But hey. Can I change individual taxes for demand types? Only educated types. Interesting. Now this is really starting to look like a British town now, with all of these terraced houses. And you know what? Is this what it actually looks like in real life? When you've got... I feel like there should be a path down here actually. So, oh, large village, here we go. We've unlocked natural resource ore mining. We've unlocked fire and police. Just so this is city services. Gotcha. I'm going to commit an absolute atrocity here, by the way, so do avert your gaze if you are... Oh, I never liked this one anyway, did I? So if I do this... Oh, I think it's... invalid shape. Oh. I'm going to take off all of my snapping here and put in this like that. Also, why is my screen white? There we go. And then if I try and find the midpoint here, so about here I think. And then what I'm going to do... Nope. I want the squiggly tool. There we go. And then I'm going to delete that one. And I think that's okay. And these houses will just rebuild straight away, but I think that looks a lot nicer than just all of the gardens being backed onto one another. And I think I'm going to do that for these other blocks. So I'll see you guys in one moment. there we go. I think I'm going to stop it there. There's definitely something that we should have planned for in advance. Not only for looks and realism, but also actually pedestrian interconnectedness or interconnectivity. I don't know what the correct word is, but if you live, you know, in this house, you don't want to have to be going all the way around the roads to get to certain locations, to having these through paths. This one's not super important, I don't think, as it's not a huge walk just to go round. But however, with these ones here, especially this one, going through the main section here, it would just create a lot of shortcuts for pedestrians, which is good. That's what we like. We should be allowing pedestrians to have a good life as well. Now let's do a bit of fun and start detailing here. We've not unlocked the Parks and Recreation tab yet, so I think I'm going to have a little bit of fun here and just try and make something that I want to make. I don't really know what to snap to here. If I snap to zone grid and go 24 by 24. It's going to snap to these though. Okay, let's try and... I'll take snap to grid off. It was 24. Let's see if that... Oh, you know what? Wow, that was way better than I thought that was going to go. One thing I hate is how if you have a path like this coming off at an angle, it makes this weird angled zebra crossing, which I'm not a huge fan of. So let me just go straight to... Does it look alien? A little bit, but I think with a bit of landscaping and a little bit of detailing here, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world either. How big are these? Too big for me to put any football fields or anything on. Yeah, okay. What else have we got here decorations-wise? We've got surfaces, and we've got net lanes. Net lanes are good. Here it is. Spaces and areas. An area for your citizens to enjoy nature and greenery, to work out in, to hang around in, and to walk. So, oh, I never finished this. Bear with me one moment. I think that looks a bit better. And so what I was talking about the net lanes, not net lanes, just areas, was that you can kind of designate places for parks and working out. So if I want this area here to just be a little workout section, we should see the people of our city come here to work out. At least that's what I'm hoping. Never actually used them before. And then I'm just going to mark the whole last rest of this as a park so that people come and use it as such. And let's see what happens. Let's see if people want to do that. Curve tool. Oh, am I still being heard? Something just disconnected on my PC. Still picking up my voice, which is nice. So, hey, let's just keep going. Like this one here, just doesn't look quite right when you zoom in. but realistically you're playing this game at a range where you won't really notice that anyway. Okay, I'm going to leave this here for now. I think that's okay. Definitely some more details that I want to come back. However, I thought I had a mod where I could place benches and lampposts down, but I just can't seem to find those at all. So I may not have it downloaded, but certainly something we can look at. I also forgot that I had this little animal mod. Can make seagulls and stuff spawn, which is very, very cool. But hey, I'm gonna leave that as is now. Last thing we're going to focus on before we wrap up for today is just making this a perfectly functioning city. So what I mean by that is just going through all of the little noodles here and kind of anything that's wrong we'll fix, and then we'll end the episode when we're done. So let's have a look first at roads. Now the only road that is really in bad condition is this parking facility availability. That's not what I want. I want road condition. Road condition. Okay, no, it is there. Cool. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going crazy. Road condition is bad here. As you can imagine, as this is the main place people come in. So the first thing I want to do here is work on my roads. So if I go to Advanced Road Services, I should unlock this tab, which is very, very nice. Now the first thing I'm going to do actually is put grass lanes on the sides of this road so people stop bloody parking here. This is very dangerous to be parking on this road, and you shouldn't be doing it. Here I might even take away 2. I don't think that's a good idea. Let me just go all of the way past our main area here and do the same for this side of the road. It's just not safe to be parking there, really. Even on the roads inside, like some of the bigger thoroughfares. Oh, wow. Okay. This is definitely one of the problems we'll need to fix before the end of the episode, but we'll come back to that. Everybody has just been robbed. Everybody's been robbed. Nothing has been left in this industrial area. There's just been the purge or a great looting or something. But hey, back to what I was doing. So yeah, putting grass lanes in areas like this just stops people parking there. So I'm just going to do that to all of the main and connecting roads there. So that's a bit better. We like that. I'm also going to put some trees actually on here. I think this will help this park look a bit nicer and also clear up some of the parking as well, which maybe is not a great idea for a public park, but hey. Pretty sure these trees grow as well, so they look a bit bigger. But you know what? I think that actually looks a bit nicer just with that extra bit of a buffer there. So that's good stuff. But the main thing we wanted to do here was go to the road maintenance depot. And I'm going to put that... Can I snap it to this road? I can indeed. I'm going to put that here. Try and keep it in line with industrial and city services here. How many cars do you have in here? I didn't even look. So you've got 0 employees. Let me hit play then. Vehicles in use, 0 out of 10. Okay, so you can have up to 10. I think for the size of this town slash village, I think that's more than enough for now. So I'm just going to keep that as is. And then I also wanted to go into my zebra crossing tool here and just start taking off some of the unnecessary zebra crossings, I think. But I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones I want to get rid of. I mean, for the main road, definitely. I don't want any here. I don't think people should be crossing here. But I'm going to make sure they will have traffic lights. I think... Is this a mistake I'm making? Should I not be doing it? I don't know. But hey, I'm going to make sure they will have traffic lights. I think I might make these roundabouts in the future as well, but that's not something I'm going to worry about too much today. So now, if we go ahead and look at our road conditions, you can see that it will slowly start fixing it. When one of these trucks come over, let's get a nice little angle on this. You coming? Yeah, he is. Look at him go. And he's just going to park up and boom. Perfect road conditions. Very, very much unrealistic for the UK to have road conditions this good. But hey, we move on. What else are we looking at here? So our traffic situation for now, you know what, is actually fine. This is going to become quite bad, so we are going to have to focus on that. But I don't want to have to deal with that today, so I'm not going to. Electricity. Oh, we are importing probably all of our electricity right now. Yes, we're importing lots of water. We're importing healthcare, apparently. Is that right? Oh, no. Okay, this is upkeep and expenses. Gotcha. Electricity, however, we're exporting nothing. And we're importing 117,000. Okie dokie. Which basically tells us that we need to actually put in something that's going to generate power. Now, I do like the small coal power plant, but it just creates so much pollution, and I'm not sure if it'd be so realistic in a town of this size. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to invest in windmills. And I'm just going to put them in the fields. I think would be a good idea. Just some areas look like they've been carved out for them too. And we can connect all of these with some power lines. And where's our transformer? Our transformer is all the way over here. So what I might just do is connect this. There we go. I don't think that looks too bad at all. I think so far, we are running completely off of renewable energy. And I might try and keep it that way for this playthrough. What do we think? Maybe drop in the comments what you think about that. As I think that could be quite fun. Now if we look at our electricity panel, we're still not generating enough. So let me just go in and add I don't know how power cables are laid out in real life, but that just looks satisfying to me now. And then once again, let's just check that we have that. It is absolutely fine. And we've just hit an hour of recording, so I think I'm going to do a couple more of these moodles, but I'm not going to get through all of them. So let's just continue. For water, our availability is absolutely fine. Our water trade is non-existent, which is fine. We're not importing any, which is the main thing. Sewage treatment, we're getting through a lot of it, which is nice. And our sewage export is at 0, I guess. Healthcare availability, with that tiny clinic, we're okay for now. However, as we start building into this middle section, I can imagine we'll need to up that as well. Crematorium availability is near to none. So what I'm going to do very quickly here is just get the crematorium as it's only one skill point, or development point I should say. I don't think people want to live near crematoriums, right? But I also don't think it belongs being an industrial. I feel like that's a bit barbaric. So I'm thinking we put it here next to where our city services are going to go. In fact, oops, I'm going to move this over a bit more, maybe to there. I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Now if we look at this, perfect. Our crematorium availability is looking nice. Landfill I'm not going to get to today, I don't think, as I want to make a whole separate section for that. We can just keep exporting that. And in terms of fire, we have not yet put anything in. So we can look at the two little buildings here. One is the small firehouse like that, and then one is a slightly bigger one. I think we're going to keep this small town vibes. close that. I'm going to have it slightly closer to the industrial area, I think. And then while we're here as well, we're also going to take a small police station, a medium police station, an urban police station. I think we're going to take the small police station. Perfect, and we can pop it just there. The endless crimes of this industrial district is finally going to be sorted out, I think. Already, all of these police cars, look at them go, jeez. There they go, absolutely gunning for these guys. Going to be absolutely scrambling. If we look at our crime... Where's the crime? Where's the crime? Here we go. I swear there was a crime button. Crime probability is now low everywhere. I'm surprised. What's our jail capacity here? Arrested criminals, 0 out of 10. It only has 10 slots though. So what I'm going to do right away, I think, is... Ooh, there's no upgrading. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we're going to have to see how this one plays out, as I imagine that will fill up. Actually, you know what? We've not arrested anybody. Oh, come on, guys. You've got to arrest them. 0 out of 10 arrested criminals in the jails. That's... Okay, so what? We just gave them a slap on the wrist, and to be fair, sounds like the UK police force, to be honest. So, without saying anything else as controversial as that, disaster control we don't need to worry about because we don't have disasters on. Police is fine. Admin we can't really access yet because we don't have that. And education, which I think I might tackle in the next episode. So what I'm going to do, just as a time lapse on the way out, is I'm just going to zone. I'll load more as we have lots of demand right now, play some music, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Bye.